Overnight, Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun appeals to Nigerians to exercise patience with President Bola Tinubu's government. Senate mandates National Health Insurance Authority on effective management of healthcare provision fund. Good evening and welcome to NTA Ijebu-Ode News at 7. My name is Anthony Gandonu. Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun is appealing to Nigerians to persevere and exercise patience with the federal government in its quest to fix the economy of the country. The governor made the plea at a stakeholders meeting in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital. Akim Jimo's report now presented.
On the state of the nation and steps being taken by the federal and state governments to address the prevailing ash economy. Governor Abiodun, who assured that the federal government cares about the welfare and well-being of the people, urged Nigerians, especially youths, not to allow mischief makers to use them to sabotage the efforts of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in addressing the nation's economic challenges.
Yes, the government is taking measures and steps to correct and reverse the situation, but it will not happen overnight. He took that very painful decision to immediately allow the naira to float. Decisions like this, as hard as they are, will have some unintended immediate consequences.
The governor, who is optimistic that the current economic challenges will soon change for the better, assured that Ogun State is solidly behind the president in his determination for economic turnaround of the country. For the Halake and paramount ruler of Egbaland, Oba Adedotun Aremu Gbadebo, the take home for Nigerians at this critical period is a renewed hope that is devoid of religious or ethnic discrimination. In Abeokuta, Akim Jimo, NTA News.
Now to health matters. The Senate Committee on Health has mandated the National Health Insurance Authority to ensure efficient management of the 12.7 billion naira basic healthcare provision fund in the 2024 budget, especially at the states. This was at the oversight visit of the committee to the agency. Ignatius Nkwo reports.
Few hours after the confirmation of Dr. Kelechi Ohi as the Director General of the National Health Insurance Authority, the Senate Committee on Health visited the headquarters of the agency on oversight. This was to get information on the operations of the authority, especially the implementation of its appropriations.
We spent 2 days with the chief executives of all the state health insurance schemes in Abuja, looking at the judiciary, how can we strengthen the financing and the financial management process. We expect to see our enrollment house at least.
At the National Hospital, the committee was taking round some departments where the hospital management solicited support of the National Assembly in replacing spoiled and obsolete equipment, especially at the Nuclear Medical Department.
I'm very impressed with what is going on in National Hospital. And I can see that they have a lot of potential. There's a lot more that they could do if they are provided with more equipment.
The committee also visited the Federal College of Complementary and Alternative Medicine, eager to see students, but unfortunately, the college, which received 743 million naira allocation in the 2023 budget, bore a vivid reflection of an abandoned place.
130 people here.
Yes. Yes. Because of the way we are abandoned, that was why some of them are not here. The building that they rented is unused, and so as a committee, we will definitely look into this and ensure that no budget is released and no taxpayers' money is wasted.
The committee was also at the Federal Staff Hospital, Gwarimpa. Ignatius Nkwo, NTA News.
In another development, the federal government has to a large extent implemented substantial parts of the agreement reached with organized labor to reduce economic hardship in the country. Minister of State, Labor and Employment, Nkiruka Onyeji-Ocha, pointed out that the progress made so far as she appealed to the organized labor to shelve its 2-day warning strike nationwide protest and return to negotiation. Joseph Utsien reports.
Since February 2024, leadership of the organized labor made up of Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, and Trade Union Congress of Nigeria, TUC, rose from its joint NEC meeting, threatening to embark on a two-day nationwide protest on the 27th and 28th of February if the federal government fails to implement the October 2nd, 2023 agreement it reached with the labor centers. In response to this threat, Minister of Labour and Employment, Nkiruka Onyejocha, has drawn the attention of the two workers' unions and the public to the substantial progress made so far in the implementation of the measures aimed at reducing hardship and meeting other demands of the unions. The minister pointed out that it is evidence that the 35,000 naira wage award agreed on for 6 months has been paid to federal government workers from September to December 2023, with only 2 months of January and February 2024 pending, as states are also encouraged to do same. Also, 4 months of standing salaries of ASU, as approved by the President, have been fully paid to its members, and action is ongoing to address that of other unions in the academic environment. So far, more than 3 million households, including vulnerable pensioners, benefited from the 25,000 monthly conditional cash transfer. Another key step taken to improve take-home of workers was the inauguration of a 37-member tripartite committee on national minimum wage. The committee, she says, has held 2 meetings already, while the suspension of collection of value-added tax VAT on diesel for 6 months, beginning from October 2023, was effected immediately. The minister also notes that financial commitment has been made on the provision of CNG buses and conversion kits, with a good number of buses set to be rolled out soon. Stakeholders are also engaged on tax incentives to businesses. Distribution of subsidized fertilizer was one of the major components of the October 2nd Memorandum of Understanding. This, the minister notes, government has made tremendous progress in this regard. Meanwhile, plans are in top gear to accelerate the process of job creation through the release of funds to micro and small-scale businesses. Furthermore, a joint visitation by government and organized labor to the refineries was agreed on, and that the Minister of Labour and Employment says was successfully carried out on the 21st of February 2024, where it was also established that the Port Harcourt refinery is 80% completed. Another content of the October agreement was the leadership crisis, working NURTW and written. Government waded into the matter, and the issues are amicably resolved, with the transporters operating their businesses peacefully. Though implementation of many of the agreements reached with labor leaders may take longer time, the Minister of State Labor and Employment believes the substantial progress made demonstrates government commitment in honoring the signed October 2nd agreement. In Abuja, Joseph Utsien, NTA News.
Still on labor matters, Coalition of Nigerian Civil Society has appealed to the organized labor to return to the negotiation table towards achieving a national living wage by the federal government instead of embarking on a warning strike. The report
says that organized labor should understand the current economic situation with government and positive steps taken to put it in the right trajectory for Nigerians to breathe a sigh of relief.
Notice that embarking on strike actions has not resolved any problem faced by the Nigerian masses recently. The leadership of the NLC, TUC, will organize itself to contribute intellectually to the common challenges we have now. We all call for the removal of fuel subsidy. In this country, and now that it is here, it is our responsibility to make sure that it has come to stay. Whatever challenges that have accompanied this policy should be collectively resolved by and not frustrate a policy that has seen more revenue in our federation, units, and local governments.
Now to education. National Universities Commission, NUC, has presented a provisional license to 2 new private universities in Nigeria. They are Lighthouse University, Albonisa, Edo State, and African School of Economics, Abuja, bringing the total numbers of private universities in the country to 148. Christiana Akandi has the details.
Following the approval of the licenses by the Federal Executive Council (FEC) during its meeting in December 2023, Minister of Education Professor Tahir Numan says government will continue to welcome proposals for the establishment of private universities by credible groups and organizations that meet the prescribed criteria.
On board fresh approaches to university education that is relevant to our society, provide cutting-edge research, and overall is seen to be a positive contribution to the development of Nigeria. May I categorically state here that any operations outside the provisions of NEC guidelines shall attract approved sanctions, which may include a withdrawal of the provisional license and or the suspension of the university's operations.
This approval brought the number of private universities in Nigeria to 148 as at date, and 272 universities in total. In Abuja, Christiana Akandi, NTA News.
Now to security. In a bid to enhance national security and curb criminal activities facilitated by the misuse of tinted glass, the Nigerian Police Force has reviewed the issuance of tinted glass permits previously banned in June 2022. The report.
Statement by the force indicates that the ban was initiated due to widespread concerns regarding the role of tinted glass in aiding kidnapping, armed robbery, illegal transportation of firearms, human trafficking, among others. With the proposed lifting of the ban, the force assures that stringent measures have been implemented to prevent abuse and ensure strict compliance with guidelines governing the issuance and use of tinted glass permits. Similarly, ICT analysts and enforcement officers nationwide will undergo a comprehensive training at a later day. Meanwhile, the force says it remains committed to providing updates to the public on the implementation of the reviewed process of tinted glass permits issuance, while ensuring transparency and accountability in its efforts to safeguard lives and property.
The news continues after this break.
Hello, my bro. Man, the rain is so heavy here. And there's so much traffic. I think we should postpone, huh?
Not a chance. Aisha.
We don't quit, guys. I'll be there.
Done.
Two files received.
I'm on my way. Take first right in 50 meters and you're there.
Copy that. Aisha, where are you?
Guess where?
2 minutes. 2 minutes. Move. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Runway X.
The future of fashion showcasing.
Very impressive. How did you pull that off?
With Nigeria's top tech talents.
And Globe.
Power your relentless ambition with ultra-high-speed data. Glow with pride.
With gratitude to God for a life well spent at the vineyard of the Lord, Adegboyega O. Odutola announced the call to eternal glory of their father, grandfather, husband, brother, and uncle, Pastor Olufumilayo Adeyemi Odutola, who departed this world to be with the saints of heaven at the age of 85. Burial arrangements are as follows. Thursday, February 22, 2024. Wake keep at Christ Redemption Evangelical Ministry, Ejinrin Road, Ijebu-Ode. Time, 5 p.m. Dress code, yellow on white. Friday, February 23rd, 2024. Funeral service at Christ Redemption Evangelical Ministry, Ejinrin Road, Ijebu-Ode. Time, 11 a.m. Dress code, orange. Pastor Olufumilayo Adeyemi Odutola. We love you, but God loves you more. keep resting at the bosom of the Lord till resurrection morning. Announcer Adegboyega O. Odutola for the children.
God be with you till we meet again.
You are welcome back. Now we take the sports update from our sports desk.
Head coach of Nigeria's Super Falcons, Randy Wardrum, says is cautious of the threat posed by Cameroon as they set to face off against the indomitable Lionesses in the 2024 Paris Olympic qualifiers. The first leg of the fixture will be held in Douala on Friday, with both teams eager to secure a place at next Olympics.
I think the two countries know each other very well, and they certainly have a lot of talent, and they're very, very dangerous, especially in their counter-attacking style of play. But I really, really like our squad. I like the team. I like the team chemistry. We were able to get all of our players back in for these matches, and I think that's very important.
Nasarawa Amazons continued their winning streak in the Nigeria Women's Football League Premiership with a convincing 5-0 victory over Niger Rattles, with Adamawa Queens defeating Abia Angels 2-1. In other results, Royal Queens and Heartland Queens settled for a draw. Rivers Angels beating Remo Stars 2-0, with Bayelsa Queens beating Sunshine Queens by the same margin, while the match between FC Robo Queens and Edo Queens ended 1-0 in favor of the home team. Meanwhile, Barcelona are confident of advancing to the next round of the UEFA Champions League, despite Victor Osimhen's goal condemning them to a draw in the first leg of their round of 16 clash on Wednesday. Arsenal suffered a 1-0 loss to Porto, with Mikel Arteta acknowledging that his team lacked purpose in the match. And finally to tennis, Africa's only surviving team at the ongoing ITTF World Team Table Tennis Championship, Egypt, on Wednesday exited the tournament after an impressive outing in Busan, South Korea. The Egyptian ladies, led by 6-time African champion Dina Meshrev, worked their way to the second round after finishing second in their group, which included France, Czech Republic, Ukraine, and Croatia. With sports update, Bade Adeleye.
That is the size of the bulletin tonight. Let's join tomorrow for another package. But before we go, let's take a look at the highlights again. Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun appeals to Nigerians to exercise patience with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's government as he is working hard to fix Nigeria's economy. We also brought you a report that Senate mandates National Health Insurance Authority on efficiency management of Healthcare Provision Fund in 2024 budget. That is the bulletin tonight. Join us tomorrow for another package. Good night.